So let me ask you this. Well, because you were in a relationship for a long time, and I don't really know your dating patterns. When you go out with a girl for the first time, like where are we going? Restaurant? What are we doing?
Oh, well, I'm glad you're asking. And this is a very good question. Oh, sorry. Something came up. The meatball thing.
We heard it.
So number one, some people spend their money, right, on things like watches, right, or cars and whatnot. You know, but some people like myself, I like, you know, food, like nice restaurants, right? You mad at me?
Why?
Don't be mad at me.
It's okay.
Yeah, just, people are different.
We are very different.
Yeah, like.
Oh, don't, bro.
See this?
Yeah,
this is just an Instagram quick buy. I look at it Instagram, I buy it. You know what I mean? So I do it like that.
I often wondered who buys that shit.
It's me. I'm the guy. Yeah, I'm the guy, dude.
What idiot as you're scrolling? Who in their right mind?
Yes, I'm the one. Even if I feel like it's not gonna work, I buy it anyway.
Oh, they've got me. They've got me a few times. Yeah.
So anyway, I have probably 10 spots that I generally go to for the first date, where I know the menu, I know how to park, and I know that everyone likes it almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
I agree.
what is one of those places? Give me a spot.
Well, he doesn't want to give them away.
Because now when I say it, other girls listening now, because most of them are Bad Friends fans, they go, he brought me there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's cycling.
I cycle
through the same 5. It's actually kind of 5 to 6 places.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's nothing wrong with saying the place. I mean, it's the place.
All right, so I'll give you. And I know that this is a spot that you like because I've seen you there before. Yes.
I don't think we've ever seen each other at a restaurant.
We have.
Oh.
You can say Chosun?
Where is it?
Is it the one up on the roof?
No. Chosun.
Yeah, Chosun Gobi.
It was a Korean restaurant on Olympic, and I did run into you there. You're with your wife. I swear to God.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'll tell you why now. Because it's a story that I tell every girl that I bring there. One time I ran into Sebastian here.
Really? Do you think he would show up now?
Yeah. It's one of those things. So I know.
Wow, I have to ask Lana. What's it called?
Chosun.
We'll text it to you.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's I think it's one of the best Korean places.
Well, we did your birthday there. We do it. We've been there a million times.
You took me to a Thai place on Sunset.
Toy?
I love Toy.
Is that it? Yeah.
Back in the day, though, when you used to hang out.
You still go there?
No, I have some money now, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
What? Too much?
There's nothing wrong with Toy.
You're right. Toy. If you want great Thai, go to Toy.
Well, good Thai, not great.
Right. So then I also go. I'm not done. Okay.
Okay.
Please.
Another one I do because I know the guy is Major Domo, David Chang's restaurant in Chinatown, because I know what to get there. It's also, you know what's great about dates, and everyone listening right now, you go to a place where you can share.
Yeah.
Right. If you have individual, but if you can somehow they have their hand in the hummus, and you can accidentally kind of touch hands and go, oh, you go first. You can have those little moments.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
What do you mean? You know what I mean? Or you do something cute like, hey, you know what? I can't get that on plate. I'm going to just sit next to you. So I'll pull my chair around, you know what I mean? And sit next to him and then just eat that a little bit. You make fun, have fun.
It sounds fun.
Yeah, it's fun, right? Here's another thing I do, and this is a great thing. I walk away a lot.
You leave them.
No. What I do is I do this. So if they go, if they make fun of my body, right?
Are you on a date with me? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Sometimes they make fun of me, like, you're fat, right? Or I'll go, oh, you son of a bitch, and I'll walk away like I'm leaving the restaurant. Sometimes I'll even just leave. Right. I'll come back and we have a good laugh about it.
That's fun.
All right, so it's an interesting time with you. I mean, it's very communal. You're eating the same food. You go to the car. You come back.
Bestia is a place. Bestia.
No one's going to be bored with him on a date.
Yeah.
Can you look? I'll be annoying for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Is there any? Probably not. But is there any Scorsese stories that you can share at all?
I have a Scorsese story.
I also like the Pesci one, but move on.
Pesci.
Whatever.
Not
Remember
Pesci.
he invited you to the trailer.
Not Pesci.
Yeah, this was before that.
Okay.
So We're going to do the scene in the Copacabana, myself, De Niro, and Pesci. And
Amazing.
So cool.
And I didn't know what to expect. I don't know if you guys go through this prior to a new TV show or a new movie that you're going to do. There's like a first.
Oh, you mean Farts Part 3? What are you talking about? I do shit movies.
Yeah, our resume is not.
Yeah, it's not like
yeah. You guys have done movies where you're popping in, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Not there the whole movie.
Like whack-a-mole. We're whack. And we go away. Yeah, that's us.
We've been in there. Yeah. Go ahead.
So I feel for me it's like a like school, and I'm an exchange student coming in the middle of the year, and everybody's friends already, and I have to kind of make friends with the.
I know.
The what?
I said you can relate.
I relate to this situation.
Because he literally had the same thing happen to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel when I come in on these like 2-3 days or whatever I'm doing.
May I interject? I know it's your story.
No, go ahead.
But also, it's like the highest level of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, these are like...
This is Harvard. This is...
Yeah, I grew up watching Mean Streets, Taxi Driver, you know what I mean? Raging Bull. I mean, all of it.
This is like you're a new student at MIT.
I can't imagine the pressure and the nervousness. I just can't imagine it. But go on.
Imagine at MIT they're building a fucking rocket and you walk in the room and they all just turn and then go right back to work. That's what in my mind
is what it is.
I would feel
you're like nothing.
Yeah. They're like, oh, he's fucking here.
Well, I think this is the problem with us is we create this situation that doesn't even exist yet. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And
fear, false evidence appearing real.
Yes. So
it's good.
I went in with the expectation of questioning myself. Do I belong here? What am I doing? I'm a comedian, and now I'm working with these two guys. So the rehearsal is just Scorsese, De Niro, and Pesci, and myself. And we're going over the scene. And I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if they were going to be, in their own world, but they were very gracious. Hey, how you doing? De Niro had to come up to me and say, hey, you're doing good things. You're doing good things. Oh, okay. Maybe he knows what I'm doing. So I felt kind of like, okay, so that's a nice positive thing.
I know.
And then I do the scene, cut, and they all get together in a huddle. Ooh. And I'm not in the huddle. Oh, God. And I'm thinking, this is it. I'm going home.
Yeah.
They didn't like what they saw. They having second guesses.
Yeah.
But again, this is I'm negative in any of my thoughts. I'll give you. This just happened to me today. I got an email from a doctor, and I'm going to go over some blood work. They said, can we move the appointment from 10:15 to 10 o'clock? I surmised that they need an extra 15 minutes to tell me I'm going to die.
I said
right?
it.
So that's where my head is constantly.
Yeah.
So in this situation, I thought I was done. It was over. And then obviously that was not the case. We worked out the scene over and over again, and it turned out great. And then, Scorsese ended up in between shots. It was like 50 minutes to set up the shot. Basically kind of sat with myself and not even the main cast, just the other actors that were there, telling us how he grew up in New York, laughing, telling jokes. Thanksgiving was around the corner. He started talking about his, Thanksgiving plans. And at moments I'm sitting there going, man, this is a guy that, to your point, watched growing up, watched all of his movies, was kind of an icon in filmmaking. The fact that he came from an Italian-American background, and now, he's sitting there telling me where he's going for Thanksgiving. It was a really nice moment. So I think the point of the story is sometimes we create something and we think that maybe we don't belong, but truly we do belong, and you just have to kind of believe in yourself and your abilities. But
may I add?
We still don't belong. I'm going to stick with that. With our side of it.
We're not in. We're on the outside. But yeah. But can I say this though?
Window watching.
There are times though, because with the little work I've done, I've still worked with Ben Kingsley. I did a scene with him. I did a scene with Ed Norton. I've done a scene with the recent new movie coming out with Kate Blanchett and Jamie Lee Curtis and everybody. And you build it up in your mind. I remember the first time I was doing Borderlands, I was in Hungary, Budapest, And I remember I get a call like, Eli wants to meet you on set. Right, I wasn't shooting for a week. He wants to meet you right now. I don't know why. They urgently drive me there. And I walk onto set and they're all there. Like Kay, Kevin Hart, Jamie Lee Curtis, everybody. And then Eli comes out. He goes, hey, I just wanted to meet you, man. Dude, thanks for doing it. He gave me a hug. Everyone was super nice. Like, hey, we're going to have dinner tonight. You know what I mean? And then in my mind, I'm like, oh, they're just regular people. But in our minds, we build it up to this thing where it's like, don't lock eyes with them or you might go, you know what I mean? You might be out, you know? And you hear some of these nightmarish stories, you know, you've heard it before. But it's like, that hasn't really been my experience. I just, you too, right? When you're with Zac Efron and John Cena, I mean.
Those guys never talked to me. Not one word.
Yes,
the whole filming.
Yes, they did. You went to Russell Crowe's house.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you on set the comic relief? Are people coming to you? Are you Mr. like personality?
With that movie was a comedy, and so and Pete Farrelly and I were like, I would stand around him and we would pitch each other jokes. I mean, that was like I've never done a serious film in my life, so I don't know. I don't know what that would feel like to do like a real. For me, it's everything I've touched is like a goofball. It's wacky, so there is no pressure in that regard. But
that's an interesting point because Scorsese, it's not in our world, right? It's like you're playing with the greatest actors ever to live. You know what I mean?
True.
And I know you're a Comedy Store comic. I saw you the first time you ever went up. Remember that? Remember that one time you came over with that one line for that HBO show? It had something to do with a plane or something. And we rehearsed it over. I wasn't living in that condo on Beechwood.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, you're going to get this, Seb. And you didn't get it. And I remember you being kind of bummed you didn't get it, right? But my point is that, so this is the world you come from. So I guess, in many ways, it's a little different dealing with Scorsese in that way, I think. The pressure's a little bit more, I think. Don't you think?
Well, because, his pedigree is so, not to say that these other people we worked like Eli or Farrelly, I mean, they're legends in their own worlds, but Scorsese is,
he's the top
It's in
guy.
a league of his own. I mean,
like Tarantino, Scorsese, maybe, I don't know, Oliver Stone, I don't know. Spielberg. I mean, there's like 5 or 6 of them that are like that. You're not, I didn't mention your name, I'm sorry.
John Krasinski.
Yeah. I think he's coming up, dude.
He'll be right next to Scorsese
I think
one
so.
day.
I think he's very talented.
Shut up. Scorsese.
John Krasinski's got the talent.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is bananas.
It's not bananas.
I don't want to do this debate again.
That's okay. We're not doing it.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
I just work with him,
I know you did.
and he is very talented.
I know.
I know.
But Scorsese.
But listen, here's the Scorsese. Here's another story.
Go ahead.
Scorsese wants to see your wig. I was wearing a wig in the movie.
Yeah.
Put the wig on, and I'm waiting to go in. This is the first meeting I'm ever going to have with this guy. I walk in, sit down, and he starts talking about movies from the 30s, 40s. This guy's like a movie savant, right?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out how do I hop out of this and get into. It's like someone talking to me about the Beatles. I just didn't know the movies he was talking about.
Yeah.
So I go, what could we connect on? Kids. So I just had a kid at the time. So we started talking about kids, family, whatnot. I walk out and the wig person goes, what'd he say about the wig? I go, I think he thinks it's my hair. There was no mention of the wig, no nothing. We just talked about movies and kids, and I walked out, and apparently the wig was okay, but I don't know how to navigate those types of conversations where I feel like I'm at a disadvantage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I did that movie in Hungary, remember the shoes and what I said?
Mm-hmm.
So I show up to Budapest. I don't know anybody. And my agents are like, no one's going to hang out with you. You have a month there alone. You're going to be alone. So I show up to my fucking hotel room, and we're at the Four Seasons in Budapest. And there's a letter on my bed. Dear Bobby, I don't know you, but can you want to have lunch tomorrow at noon? And it was by Jamie Lee Curtis. A huge fan, right? So I'm like, I couldn't sleep that night. I was like, what am I gonna say? I gotta do something. I think I rewatched Halloween or something. I don't know what the fuck I did, right? And I show up, pleasant lunch. Then some of the other actors show up, and Jamie goes, I want to show you guys something that's very important here in Budapest. So we walk over to the river, And along this river, there's these bronze shoes that are kind of like cemented into the fucking ground. And it's, she explains during Nazi Germany, the Germans came in here and they killed a lot of Jews and they threw them into the river. So one of the actors, Cheyenne Jackson, goes, "Oh no, these are baby shoes," right? And like a fucking moron, I go, "It could have been a myth."
Well, this is reminiscent of Travolta.
Yeah. Right. And then the whole group walked away from it.
Yeah.
And I went, and it didn't get a laugh. And I went, "Oh yeah, you're not at the store."
Right.
You know what I mean? So I have to literally like go, "This is Bobby," you know what I mean? In a movie, this is Bobby amongst comics.
And it's that kind of stuff that keeps you out of Mitzi's office at the end of the day. That's kind of an alarm.
I think that's what it is.
That's really
yeah.
what
I think that's what it is.
It's that kind of stuff.
So I did read that wrong. Stop
It's a
Googling.
bad joke.
It's a bad joke.
It's a bad joke, but also you were trying to lighten the mood.
I was trying to be funny.
Give it some levity.
Even if I was at the Comedy Store,
It wouldn't have landed. It wouldn't have landed.
No.